We're going to look at poaching. Poaching is where you cook the food in some water. I've got the frying pan on here and I'm just going to warm that up. Because I'm going to show you a poached egg, because I am putting it directly into the water, I'm actually going to add a little bit of salt to that water. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So if I was poaching pears, for example, I may well add some allspice, something like that, into the water so that it is infusing the pear. So you can always do that when you're poaching. Poaching is using the liquid to cook, but that liquid could be a stock flavoured. It doesn't need to be just plain water. So here is our water bubbling. I'm going to put the egg in, which is going to cool it down and stop the bubbling being quite so fierce. And then I'm going to adjust the temperature to bring it to more of a simmering, because when I'm poaching, I actually don't want the water to destroy the food, and it will if it's bubbling ferociously. So let's add an egg. As you can see, it has slowed down the bubbles. I'm going to slow them down a little bit more. And I'm just going to take a slotted spoon and actually make sure the top of that egg is also getting a little bit of the water. There we go. Now I can feel the egg, so I can tell that it is doing nicely. Now it depends how you like your eggs cooked. I like my whites hard but my yolks still slightly runny. I know how my egg needs to look. You might need to practice this a couple of times before you're serving it up for people who are telling you how they like it. But that is easy enough to do. So I can tell that the yolk is now nicely done, which means the white will be done. So I'm just going to move the egg to the side and pick it up a bit for you, so you can actually see that as well. There we go. So that looks done, so I'm going to lift it out and test that for you. Just get rid of some of that water. And if we cut through, you should have it firm inside. And then if I cut the yolk, I like my yolk to be slightly runny. So you can see, having cut it, the white is solid inside, and then the yolk is partly done, you can still see it in there, and partly runny. To get a poached egg like this takes about 3.5 minutes.